студентам. Она должна работать в расписании.
Good afternoon. Unfortunately, the link in the rules doesn't work because for some reason Yandex Most believes that this meeting should occur tomorrow, but Tanya has already sent us the link.
But this is the link from rules. And it
Really?
Yeah, I forgot to
strange.
remove it from tomorrow to today. I just did it 1 minute ago, so now it should work.
Yeah, okay, got it. Because several minutes ago it didn't.
So, yeah. Let me actually send you the task for today. I already have spoken for 1 hour, so then probably today I will ask you to talk more than me, at least for the first part. There is the chat. So you can find our Excel session in the chat, and I will open it on the screen as well. So you can read the first one and ask some questions about the setup, and then maybe share some facts about what is going on and what should we do.
It will be like, what's the format of today's session? Could you please repeat it?
So we have several problems to discuss. That's probably first 3. Let me check. Yes, so first 3 is about discussion, and then we will switch to the news aggregator model. Well, then the first problem is about the parking lot, so that we have one parking lot as a business. So it's a business, then car can be parked on the lot and then pay money, and then the owner observed that nearby there is a construction of supermarket with free predatory parking, so that you can come to the supermarket and park your car nearby for free. And the owner claims that it's so that's a predatory practice, and asked the antitrust authority to do something with that. So how we can think about it, and when we actually ask this question in course of two-sided markets, and what is the reason of supermarket to set up the zero price for parking and not charge it at all?
Do I understand it correctly that we think of a supermarket as a platform, two-sided platform? So on one side we have users, and on the other side we have suppliers of products, right?
Kind of.
In this case, a supermarket can subsidize the users and just to receive more money from suppliers, like a standard, scheme.
Mm.
And it's really and it should be, I guess, really hard for um, antitrust department. I don't know how to say it. Antitrust authorities to somehow identify whether this predatory or just some unfair practice, because it's like a two-sided platform, and if they subsidize one side, it doesn't mean that they are actually dumping.
So so the description and logic is correct, but what we can do, and so maybe the main question is that really dumping, so that supermarket really wants to operate on the parking lot market and kind of steal the clients from parking lot?
Hardly. Well, it's not the aim of the supermarket. Supermarket just wants to make its customers comfortable, so they don't have to worry about their parking, and could just concentrate on buying things, not on finding car slots.
Yes, so what would actually do the clients of parking lot, like without supermarket before? Why they use probably parking lot, and what's the consumption, what they do?
They just need this space, like they consume the space, the chance to put the car somewhere.
Yeah, so that's like normal case that you come by car to some city center or whatever. There is no normal free parking, and you buy time on the parking, like maybe during your working hours or whatever. So, and the first question, would it be good idea for supermarket to steal such a clients from parking lot?
What do you mean?
I mean, okay, then now appears the supermarket, and supermarket has a free parking nearby. So then, and then probably some of the clients from parking lot can move to this parking because it's free, right? And there is no any charge or whatever. So then, would it be good for supermarket?
It depends, but I guess in most of the cases, in the majority of cases, it won't, because those clients, they don't need the actual services of the supermarket. They just need the services of parking. So they will just use free parking lots, and that's it. They won't visit the supermarket unless they somehow get some interest. I don't know, just by parking nearby every day and like seeing this supermarket. Maybe they will, I don't know, occasionally make a purchase, but I guess the chance of it is low.
Yeah, because even if they are parking in this parking lot, it's nearby, so you can go to this supermarket as well. Oh, yeah, parking is free, so you can come and park there for a while and buy something. Anyway, so that's not really good for supermarket as well. And it was correctly mentioned that that's a client subsidy, so that you provide parking to make purchase more comfortable. And so, well, once again, it's not interesting for supermarket to someone being parked on the parking entire day, so from the morning till the evening. And yeah, even if this person will come and buy something in the supermarket once per day, so that's that the parking place was busy during the whole day, it is not really good idea. Because supermarket is interesting for the other clients to come, spend 20-30 minutes inside and then move out, cleaning the parking place.
Isn't it the reason why supermarkets, well, they just put like this kind of policy, like parking only for customers, something like that. Just as some cafeterias do with toilet, like only for customers.
Yeah, it's nice idea to compare toilets and parking, but yeah, it's kind of the same, because even when I was at school, there was a joke that McDonald's was the public toilet, so that you can just come and go to toilet if you need. Yeah, but then they start using these PIN codes in the receipt and so on. So that's a smart idea. So what would be the maybe good idea how to behave for antitrust authority then? So if you are working, what would you do maybe?
Can't we just ask the supermarket, like for its own sake, suggest that it implements this kind of only for customers policy? I don't know, like, or it could just, burden, it could just restrict the time you can park there for free, like no more than 2 hours, something like that. So all the customers who are there just to buy something, it will be more than enough for them. But those who just need the parking lot for the whole day, it won't be convenient for them to use.
Yes, so that's maybe the best strategy for supermarket authority and parking lot as well. So that's the best you can ask to do, but I think that it's not correct to push supermarket to install that, because firstly, the reason why supermarket doing this is not the dumping on the market. It's just subsidy of the clients, so that you're not stealing clients and you are not going to increase or charge the price. Then parking lot will disappear on the market, right? So unless it's a really tricky movement of the owner of supermarkets to then charge higher price on parking to collect all the cars in the Sunday around to charge even parking with high. But yeah, so like basically, if it's supermarket with standard model, market model, so then that's just a subsidy to generate more profit from selling stuff inside. Okay, any questions about this problem?
But still, what should like antitrust authority do? Just they should decline this application.
So they can suggest to supermarket to say that, okay, you can see that this probably affects another market, so that you kind of destroy the other business. So then, and you can see that most of these clients from parking lot move to your parking, so that you kind of just for free provide these parking slots, and you're not making profit on that as well. So because that's not a clients of your supermarket, so you're not making business on them, that's maybe it's reasonable to put some fixed time for free, and then you are paying for that, such that you will improve even your business, and then not destroy the neighbor's business as well.
Yeah, and if the supermarket, if we think of a supermarket as a rational economic agent, I guess it could implement at least one of those schemes, because it's for its own sake.
That's true. Okay, then let's move to the second problem. So what else we'll discuss is entry barriers of platforms, and yeah, you can read it. I will give you several minutes. Okay, any questions about setup?
So it's like other businesses, they complained that because of the Microsoft, they can't enter this market of Intel compatible computers, right?
Not really.
Well, the market for operating systems for Intel compatible computers, right?
So what is the so that the stock of application that had been written for Microsoft Windows has a barrier to enter the prevented other firms from competing in the market. Yeah, it's actually interesting case because yeah, can you see two markets here?
No.
Okay, let's ask someone else. Maybe Tatiana, what do you think about this situation?
I don't really see the second market either.
So can you describe who are the sites and what type of the market? So yeah, we are talking about two-sided markets, and who are the sites and what is the conflict?
So we have the users that are using the program. The other side are I'm not sure the distributors or the programmers that do the program.
Maybe the other side of Microsoft operating systems for intercompatible computers are the developers of any kind of software.
Yes, that's true. So now I'm a bit more closer to the answer why here can be two markets observed.
Like one market of the software developers, who do some um, applications, and another market of developers who try to do operating systems, right? It's like
Right.
two fields.
So firstly, we can think about different platforms or different operating systems which connects applications and users. And then we can think about different companies who provides different applications, right? And Microsoft here doing both, right? So they have their operating system, and they have developed software applications which are for sure well developed for their own operating system. So for whom it will be barrier to come to the market?
For those who are trying to compete in operating systems, I guess.
Can you describe?
Well, Microsoft, as the first entrant and a pretty successful entrant, it just monopolized this niche. So there is just no incentive for any kind of software developers not who are not working with operating systems to use other operating system than Windows, right? Okay.
Once again.
Okay, I will try to clarify my thought. So, Microsoft produces an operating system, and at the same time, it provides some applications for this operating system. But on this market of applications for Windows, uh, there is not only Microsoft, as I get it.
Yes.
So many other developers are already using Windows, and the switch costs are really like huge to switch from developing on Windows to another operating system. So I guess it's the main barrier to enter the market of operating systems, because it's closely connected to other software. No?
Well, yeah, that's true. But what is the claim here? I mean, what was the argument of the government? So the government argued that the stock of applications that had been written for Microsoft Windows was a barrier. So what does it mean? So
It means that many people are already using Windows and develop applications exactly for Windows.
but no, that's developed by Microsoft already. So yeah, you're right as well. Mm, so and would you agree with that? So that this is the barrier, so that Microsoft. So in other words, so the government argue that if I want to enter the operating system market, so that the Windows already has a lot of applications installed, not installed, but can be installed there. So that's a barrier for entering the operation system market. And that's why we need to penalize Microsoft. So, yeah, in the history, the district court agreed with the government. So, and first question, why Microsoft need these applications?
If we see Microsoft as a platform of which has software developers. Well, let's say not to mess it with operating system. Let's say application developers and users from one side and from another side, respectively. Um, it needs the uh, application developers to actually make some money, I guess, because it subsidizes uh, another side, users. Well, mainly. So, like that.
So yeah, the answer is that Microsoft is a two-sided market. So on one side you have developers with applications and or companies which develop applications. On the other side you have users, and then you cannot exist without applications, right? So that just operating system itself doesn't seems to be a useful project, useful product without any applications. So then what we can say about the government argument? Is it logical to penalize Microsoft for having this uh, so-called barrier here, the stock of written applications or not?
Well, following the logic of our course, it's not logical for the government to do this. It's not entirely correct because it's just how their platform works.
Yeah, exactly. You need to solve the chicken and egg problem, and you need to accumulate some supply from one side at least to stimulate increase in numbers from other side. So that's why Microsoft have to firstly develop their own software, so some applications which we are using even today, so that this Word, Office, like everything there was the Microsoft Explorer, right? Which is currently dead. So then,
Yes, now it's Microsoft Edge.
oh really?
Yes, there was a rebranding.
It's not exist for me. Okay. Then okay. In this case, if we are talking about the market of operating systems, the stock of applications which are written for Microsoft, this is just how the two-sided market works. You cannot operate other way. So that's probably not correct way to claim that this is a barrier which is Microsoft want to build to prevent any other operating system enter the market. Well, then let's talk about a bit different case. Yeah, for instance, let's talk about Microsoft, but a bit different problem. Now let's talk about the applications which were written by Microsoft. So that's firstly, Microsoft present Windows, and then they developed their own applications like Office and the rest. So should antitrust authority doing something with that if we are talking about the side of developers?
Isn't it just a usual practice? As I remember, for example, Uber, at first at least, um, like bought, well, was buying cars for some of its suppliers, just like to motivate them, some kind of subsidy. And I guess Microsoft applications, it was the same deal. Like to show that you can really develop some great applications based on these operating system, that it's not like a dead bone.
So do you think Microsoft don't have incentives to promote their own applications instead of installing some others? Is it fair?
Of course, they could and they should promote their own product if they have one.
So, and can they think about this stock of Microsoft Office, for example, applications as a barrier for enter the market of developers?
Well, to some extent, but they are not really a monopoly there. So I don't think that they just, I know, have more than a half of market share of applications written for Windows. Hardly.
Yes, but mm, I don't remember correctly, but I guess a few years ago it was the authority investigation about that Microsoft has this advantage compared to other developers that their services are already installed on the laptop. So then you buy a laptop or PC or install Windows, so that some of the programs are already installed there or pre-installed, so that you have to just activate it or something like that. And this is advantage in terms of competition on the developer side. And in some extent, they push Microsoft not to do this by law. That to have the competition between developers, to have fair competition. Yeah, because for Microsoft, they're firstly operating system, and then they another side of the market, right? So that they are the platform itself, and then they own the part of the developer side, so they can. Let me actually draw.
While
That's what.
you are drawing, isn't it just some widely used practice? For example, as I remember, like Google pays annually Apple just some, I guess, even billions of dollars just for Safari to open Google as like by default, I guess. Isn't it
Yeah,
the same? Why is it punished?
but then it's forbidden for Apple anymore, right? As well. I mean,
Hmm.
they punish Google and Apple for that. I think of kind of like that because it's. So then, firstly, yeah, it's a bit different because yeah, if you are talking about so some platform, it could be Microsoft or yeah, it was Safari, Apple. So and then we have some companies, right, which supply something. Yes, and we can think about some price on that side, which is developed or that is defined by the competition on that market, right, across these companies which supply the product to platform. And then if we are thinking about Google and Apple, they are different companies, right? So that if Google pays some money to Apple, then there is a flow of money between companies. So they buy this ability to be the first in Safari. So they are actually affect the prices on the market because they lose some money to be the first. And if you are thinking about Microsoft, so the Microsoft has their own part in so that's its office here. So then if we are yes, if we are talking about Microsoft Office, so it's a part of Microsoft company. And any flow of money you will do between Microsoft Office and Microsoft Windows, it doesn't matter for you. It's still the same company. You can transfer money as you want, right? So then you can affect price by here you can set the price whatever you want because so you can say that okay, we are buying as a Microsoft Windows, we are buying Microsoft Office for really high price or really low price, so that no one can compete on the market with Microsoft Office. And that's the main point about the platforms. Then you own the one side as well, so that authority will push you to compete on the side of the market as a competitor. Do you see?
Okay. And what did they do to stop it?
So
Like
they.
like in case of Google, okay, it's just some market relationship. Uh, so Google just pays Apple some huge sums for promotion. Let's say so. But in case of Microsoft, so mm, like they can't. So they just banned pre-installed Microsoft Office.
They can push them to divide the company by two parts, by two different company, and then push them to operate as an additional company on the market. So kind of pay, so have a own finance balance, so pay taxes for transactions and so on.
And if they try to somehow cooperate, like I don't know,
Yeah, then there will be penalty, and so that because this will be all dumping, right?
yeah,
On the
it will
market.
be a cartel, actually.
Yeah, so that's the same happens with Samsung actually. I'm not sure was it by government or not, but if you know, Samsung is divided by, I don't know, thousands of companies. So they have their main office, but for example, they have a company which working with smartphones, so that they produce smartphones, and they have the company which produce displays. And then smartphone company design or what sort of just developing the new model, and they seeking for a new display for smartphone. They consider the smartphone Samsung display as one of several companies which compete on the market. So you can find Samsung smartphones with display actually produced by different companies. So it can be Samsung for top flagmans. It's Samsung because they focus on high quality screens. So I forgot that there can be some China producers. I forgot the names, like Bonk or Boeing, something like that. So that they produce the cheaper displays, so that Samsung use these displays as well. So and you can see that actually Samsung is a good example of such division of the company between different directions of working. Questions?
No.
Okay, let's move back to our so yeah, I think we discussed everything here. Now, okay, next problem is so then yeah, you can read next problem, and I will switch back to the whiteboard actually. So yeah, now we are back to discussing the news aggregator. So, and let's assume that the first it was, I guess, orange. First agency chooses to produce high quality news on first topic, third, fourth, and that's it. And the second chooses the good quality for the second. Sorry. Four, three, and that's it. So the first question is, so what will offer the aggregator? Remember? Okay, let's ask someone else except
Okay.
Nick. Yeah. So Daniel, can you tell us what I should write here?
Sorry, I'm not in context a little bit.
So once again, so like remember the news aggregator model, then we have two agencies which produce good or bad news, let's say. And now, can you hear me? Once again. Okay, now it works.
We can hear you.
Okay.
I can.
So then we have 6 topics. Six topics for news, and then first agency chooses to produce high quality on first topic, third, third and fourth. And second agency produce high quality news on the second, fourth, and fifth. So the question is, what will be the quality of the news on aggregator? Okay. So maybe Tatiana or Joseph.
Not really.
So what do the aggregator? Okay, Nick, can you answer what
Yeah.
doing the aggregator?
So the aggregator aggregates, so it takes the highest quality of news for each topic.
Yeah, so what it will be?
Well, it should take like the the news from the first one. So at the first topic, the news from the second one at the second topic, and like, yeah, so first, and after that, first and second with probability 1/2.
Yeah, so that's first, then this second, right? So it will be 1, 1, 1, here 1 as well, 1 and 0. So then with probability 1/2, we will take from first aggregator and from the second, and for the last topic as well.
And in
Yes, so
and in this notation, so 1 is high quality, 0 is low quality,
yes.
and they don't miss any topics.
You mean in total, so that they are not producing news in total for the for any topic?
I mean that yes, like they have news on all topics.
Yes, we assume that the cost to produce low quality topic is 0, so that this is kind of you produce some news on each topic anyway. So we already answered the second question, so that probabilities are so that probability 1, so that first topic for first topic aggregator takes the news from first agency, for second topic from second, for third from first, for fourth from second, and for fifth from second, and for fourth and last one with probability 1/2 from aggregator agency 1 or 2. So any questions about this? I think it's quite simple.
Yes, it is. And but more generally, we could have constructed an example like on a particular topic, only one agency has news, right?
You mean has high quality news?
Just news. Like that the set of their news, regardless of quality, don't coincide.
No, because in our assumption, so initially in the model, agencies produce news on the same topics, so that the topics are the same for agencies. So it's a space which is available for both agencies. So we are not talking about the case then some agency does not produce news on some topic.
Yeah, okay, got it.
So, but that's kind of the same if you produce the low quality news, because in our assumption, if you remember, the costs were 0 to produce the low quality news, and you still can get some profit right from that.
Yeah, okay.
But the more complicated model we will discuss in the last problem. But let's take a break for 20 minutes. Right, that's your standard break. So then let's meet at 2:20 once again.
Okay. Okay, and we'll solve another problem.
Yeah, we'll
right?
solve the last problem, and that's it for today.
Okay.
And see you in 20 minutes. Slightly more.
Okay.
Can I ask a question about the
Yes.
last option? So we've got like ones and zeros, just discrete choice of the topic by two agencies. And in the last case, we have zeros in both. And why do we have just one half probability? I mean, 50% probability of choosing from either one of these agencies.
So because aggregator still choose something for this topic, but since they are both produce the low quality, so they are kind of the same, so that we take the probability 1/2 from one agency and the probability 1/2 from another.
Okay, thank you. Got it.
Yeah.